Maxine is based on a true story. Mia Goth's recent movie Maxine is already being regarded as one of the best crime horror flicks out there. Set in 1980s LA, aspiring actress Maxine Minx finally lands her big break. But that's exactly when a serial killer, and a really nasty one at that, decides to go on the loose. The Night Stalker. While the serial killer seems scary enough, what is even more terrifying is whether it is based on a real story. But before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to Unexplained. Why does that name Night Stalker ring a bell? Let's clear things up. You're not mistaken. That's because the Night Stalker is indeed a real-life serial killer. Enter Richard Ramirez, aka the Night Stalker. Growing up in a troubled household with an abusive father, young Richard didn't exactly have a leave-it-to-beaver upbringing. To top it off, his cousin, who might have won the Worst Babysitter Ever award, showed him terrifying stories and photos from the Vietnam War. Talk about nightmare fuel. This early exposure to all things brutal and bloody had a deep impact on Richard, turning his fascination with death and suffering into a twisted career path that eventually turned him into the Night Stalker. Originally dubbed the Walk-In Killer and the Valley Intruder, Ramirez had a knack for creative nicknames and an even scarier knack for terrorizing Los Angeles, the same place where the events from the movie take place. The film is set right around the time when the Night Stalker threatened the streets of California. And here's when fact meets fiction. The film uses real-life news clips and footage of the serial killer. Check out this scene from the movie.
The Night Stalker.
Night Stalker.
Night Stalker is terrorizing Los Angeles.
Notice that sketch of the Night Stalker behind the reporter? Believe it or not, that's the same sketch the investigators used back in the day. But that's not all. The film has more connections to real-life incidents than you might think. Did you know Richard Ramirez is a self-professed Satanist? Which was also directly depicted in the film. If you liked the video till now, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Unexplained for more such interesting content. For those of you who've watched the movie, remember the unfortunate duo, Amber James and Tabby Martin? The ones who met a horrifying end with satanic symbols branded on their bodies? Yep, that chilling scene direct reenactment of an actual murders by the Night Stalker. This self-proclaimed Satanist loved leaving little satanic gifts his crime scenes, his calling card, a pentagram. Talk about spooky similarities. But get this, the Night Stalker isn't the only real-life inspiration behind the movie. While the film makes it pretty obvious with all the Night Stalker references, there's another chilling backstory they don't outright tell you about. Ready for it? Maxine is allegedly based on this woman, Elizabeth Short, aka the Black Dahlia. Elizabeth Short was a 22-year-old who moved to California with stars in her eyes and dreams of making it big in Hollywood before meeting a tragic death. She was an aspiring actress, juggling odd jobs while auditioning for movie roles. Sound familiar? That's just like our lead, Maxine Minx. And the similarities don't just end there. Both the character and the real-life woman had rocky relationships with their fathers. Elizabeth Short was reportedly kicked out of her home due to conflicts with her dad, and Maxine's father calls her an example of the devil taking children. Talk about daddy issues. Both women packed their bags and moved to Los Angeles, chasing their acting dreams. Sure, their jobs might differ a bit, but just like Maxine, Short worked menial jobs to pay the bills. Elizabeth's struggles went on until one fateful day when her blood-drained, lifeless body was discovered in LA's Leimert Park. To this day, her case remains an unsolved mystery. The movie is packed with so many direct and indirect nods to real-life events that it almost feels like a true story, while in fact, the story remains fictional. The creators have skillfully mixed fact and fantasy, making you wonder what's real and what's made up. What do you think about Maxine's real-life inspirations? Do let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to Unexplained for more interesting content. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future investigations. Until next time, stay tuned and stay curious.